This video app review is brought to you by the iPhoneAppReview.com.
What's up, everybody? This is Luke Patrick with the iPhoneAppReview.com. We're slinging out yet another video review today, this time taking a look at an application that's a bit hard to describe in terms of category, that we are going to describe in a lot of other terms in just a second. But it's called RememberThat! Exclamation point, a la Panic at the Disco, and it's available for a solid $1.99 in the App Store, so give or take $2. And we're just going to go ahead and let you know that we gave it a 3.5 out of 5. Before we dive into it, just so you have that on the front end, again, $1.99 in the App Store, and we've given it a 3.5 out of 5 star rating. But before we go any further, let's go ahead and dive in and actually show you what the thing is. So here it is. It's again called Remember That, and the basic idea here is that this is an audio recorder or sound recorder for the iPhone, though it doesn't work in the same direction as most. Most audio recorders go forward, as in you hit the button, it records everything from here until you tell it to stop. This records in a different fashion. As you can see, it's actually hearing my voice and moving the soundbar along the top as I talk. Those pauses were to show you how that works. By the way, I wasn't actually forgetting English. But as it goes along, it is recording, and the idea here is that you can set this timer along the bottom and then actually plug the button itself, and then it saves whatever it just heard up to that point. So in this sense, it goes in reverse instead of going in forward, which is a brilliant concept. For instance, if I hit save for the last 10 seconds, then I can go into my play settings, and I had another file open. Plug the button itself, and then it saves whatever it just heard up to that point. So in this sense, it goes in reverse instead of going in forward, which is a brilliant concept. For instance, if I hit... So there you go. That's pretty functional and pretty awesome in terms of, say you're having a good conversation with your friends. You want to save something you wish you had, you didn't have a recorder on at the moment. You simply hit it, however far back as you want to go, up to a solid minute, and then you've got it saved forever into this, the play function, which is fantastic. So, say you have a group of friends that you talk to a lot, and you really think they're worth saving, preserving, sharing via Comedy Central, even something like that. Which I've got a couple of friends like that, and you really want something that they said. One of your friends keeps popping out with one-liners that you wish you'd preserved. This is the brilliant way to do it. You don't have to, exit out of the conversation itself. You don't have to be some kind of weird fly on the wall. You're engaged. Anytime you hear anything interesting, you hit the button. You can go back later. You can rename these things, and you can even email them wherever you'd like, which is great. And they're saved in high-quality AIF, 32 kilobytes a second, which is fantastic. So, all in all, it's a brilliant concept, and the playback worked excellently. We did have a few hang-ups. Occasionally, the app crashed. Since back to the home screen, but for the most part it worked excellently, so no complaints there. The design itself is rather simple, not much going on here in terms of complexity. You do have the soundbar, the simple large green brain button to actually record whatever happens to be going on, and then these times along the bottom. As far as our complaints about the application, we do wish that it went just a little bit further. So, a minute, it doesn't sound like much, but in terms of conversation or anything else that you happen to be listening to, a minute is quite a lot of time. But at the same time, we would have liked to see, why not a minute 30 or 2 minutes or even 5 minutes, something like that. So just, a little bit more. We're always wanting more in these things. Speaking of more, we would have liked to have dumped these straight to SoundCloud or straight to, our Dropbox or anywhere else other than just email. But we're kind of picky in that regard too. So all in all, we would have liked a little bit more integration. Likewise, a graphical overhaul wouldn't have been too unwarranted either. It's kind of a stock affair. You've got these stock iOS kind of tabs along the bottom. And the background itself is a solid black, not very engaging. The color palette itself could use a little rework too. But on the whole, those are kind of just niggles in the face of a much larger functionality. So all in all, remember that is quite the impressive utility. Though the price too, we do feel is slightly high by exactly $1. So instead of $1.99, of course, we would have liked to have seen this at 99 cents, not because of a lack of functionality, but simply because this app is still somewhat of a novelty, and we feel the price could have been a little bit lower for something that's essentially at the moment a trick that's nice to have, but is not completely necessary. Though it is quite a nice trick, and it will definitely keep everyone entertained for hours. And like we mentioned, the possibilities are basically endless, especially if you have a lot of very entertaining friends or family, even just little kids that you want to record if you're talking to your son or daughter, and you want to record whatever they just said. Kids say the darndest things style kind of event. That's a great way to do it. So all in all, remember that does get a 3.5 out of 5 stars from us, and again is available for $1.99 in the App Store, and that's all we have to say about it. So at this point, I just want to thank you guys for tuning in, and if you would, go ahead and check out the other YouTube videos that are on our YouTube channel on YouTube, or you can go to the iPhoneAppReview.com to see heaps of our written reviews as well. And that's all we have to say about things, so at this point I'm going to go ahead and sign out, but we'll see you guys later. Bye.